really helps to do your homework. It really helps to go down there knowing as much as you possibly can about all this.
Because apparently so much of what you get out of it has to do with how it's made.
That's
who
right.
Makes it, how it's mixed,
That's
and
right.
so on. And if you don't make it yourself and you don't know what's happening, then what have you got?
Because ayahuasca is a combinatory drug, it isn't like peyote or mushrooms or morning glories where you get the thing and eat it, and if you eat it in sufficient amounts, it works. This is something where two plants have been combined, and the proportions must be correct, and the method must be correct. So there's a huge room for personalities to come into it, for fast shuffles of all sorts, and mind games of all sorts to take place.
Guys, a lot of them are very egotistical, too.
It's true. No, what you have to do if you're into ayahuasca, or what we did, was first of all, we drank a huge amount of swill, and we worked our way slowly through these people. And if somebody appeared to be an asshole, they were so classified and moved on. And eventually, we got to good people. But what we did then was we got samples of their stuff, brought it back, put it through mass spectrophotometers and high-pressure liquid chromatography, saw what the proportions were, collected the live plants, moved them to Hawaii, grew the plants, reconcocted the thing, remass-spec'd what we did, and made it as much like the good stuff as possible. So it was a project of 15 years and really maniacal dedication. But I have the faith, that if given sufficient time to work on ayahuasca, you could produce a drug out of there so good that it would be ludicrous to suggest that it was illegal. Because you see, this is brain soup. These are all neurotransmitters. There's not a non-endogenous neurotransmitter in the whole beverage. So really what you're a non-endogenous neurotransmitter, meaning everything in this drug that you're about to drink is already in your head. There's nothing unusual where drugs like ketamine, mescaline, LSD, there's none of that in your body. It's like a slow-release DMT trip. It lasts 4 to 6 hours, and it's intensely visual. And unlike psilocybin, it doesn't have this outer space, science fiction, mega apocalyptarian kind of take on it, which is what psilocybin does. Psilocybin shows you the machines preparing to transport the faithful away from a burning earth. That's not what ayahuasca is about. It's about nature, water, flow, life, energy. It's almost, when MDMA was so hot and people called it an empathy drug and said it makes you empathetic with the people you're with, ayahuasca makes you empathetic with the people you're not with. And that's a much more profound experience because there's so much more of them,
I don't understand how you mean that empathetic with the people you're not with. I don't quite get it.
You feel the poignancy of the human situation. You feel, I'm usually in a hut somewhere surrounded by a bunch of Indians, and suddenly I understand what the songs are about. And they're always about the same thing. They're about the water and the people and the life and the fish and lost love, but you have this heart-opening thing. Say, the folk. This is their mystery. This is I'm getting it now. I'm feeling, this huge wave of the wisdom of the folk. And they say this to you in Peru. They say, this is our university. You went to Harvard. We went to ayahuasca.